Hello, this is Todd Luck, and this is a review of Red Sonja, the bendable figure. This is a figure I just stumbled upon online. I thought I'd do a review of it. Huge Conan fan, had no idea this figure existed. Most of the ones I found online were super expensive. You're talking $200 or $300 for like a hyper realistic upper end collectible sort of figure. This is a nice looking collectible figure, at least in the packaging. That is actually less than $20. So let's take a look and see what you're getting. Obviously, the packaging is gorgeous. This is based on comic art from the 1970s, Marvel comic, and it is artwork by Frank Thorne, and it adorns the box, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at how great that looks. This is honestly one of the best looking packages I've ever seen. I don't know if it shows up on camera, but you actually have some line art by Frank Thorne on the sides of the box. So that's kind of a nice little bonus that you get, like little extra illustrations on there. Don't know if it's showing up on camera, but it's kind of a nice little bonus. So the artwork is absolutely gorgeous on the box. And it looks like I should be able to open it without actually damaging the box, which is great because this is a great display piece. So I'm just going to open this up. It doesn't even have any tape. There we go. And that was a really easy unboxing. I kind of appreciate the fact that there's no tape. That was kind of effortless. So here she is out of the packaging, and her axe fell out, so I will go grab that, guys. Also a nice touch is that there's comic art on the back card for the packaging. This is the background in here, and it's actually pretty cool. This might make a good display piece, though it's a little harder to make out because it's gray on gray there, but still really cool. And here she is out of the packaging. And to answer the first question, yes, she can stand. It takes a little bit of effort. I had to get her in a little bit of a wider stance and kind of do it very gently, but I have gotten her to bounce and stand. She seems pretty stable. We'll see what happens when we put some weapons in her hand. And as you can see, she comes with accessories, and these are all straight out of the comic, so that is pretty darn cool. So let's take a look at the sculpt. First thing I want to say is that the figure feels almost like plastic, so this feels like a very normal figure. I actually expected it to be like gummy or some bendable figures, if they've been left in the packaging too long, get sticky or something, but this is perfectly fine, so that's pretty darn cool. And as you can see, the detail on this thing is extraordinary. So we got wrinkles on the boot, we've got knives on both sides of her legs, we've got wonderful detail on the chain maul, we've got gloves, we've got her little armlet, we've got a necklace here, and the face is pretty darn good. This is modeled after the way Frank Thorne drew her back in the 70s. He did her back in her original series and also in Marvel Feature, and so this is a really good rendition of that version of Red Sonja, and she's even got the black lines around her eyes that was very signature of the way he drew her. And so let's take a look at the accessories. She comes with weapons that are made of hard plastic, which is really cool. And of course, the she-devil with a sword comes with a sword, and it's a very nice one. This has a lot of kind of nice rusting finish on here to make it look authentic, and it's just really nice. I love this. And the same holds true for her other accessories. She can also be a she-devil with an axe and has a shield. And these are all very nicely finished, very nicely worn. Looks like something that, you might actually have in the olden times when you use swords and shields. And she also is a she-devil with a spear, and that is a very, very cool looking spear. Again, straight out of the comic. The sword and the shield fit right in her hand. This shield is a little looser, but That other hand with the sword is super, super tight. So to give you an idea of the different grips she has between her hands, this hand is something you have to slide an accessory in, and this seems to be meant for the shield. That's why it's so tight. So I'll hold that shield very tightly and very securely. This is the hand that seems to be meant for her weapons. It's more open, and you can just slide them in and out of the hand like that. But she holds the weapons very well. I'm really, really impressed. And here she is with that cool looking spear. And it's a little looser in her hand, but it still fits in very well. All right, so let's test out the articulation on this bendable figure. So her arm can go up, there's kind of limits there. This is kind of as far as it'll go. Well, no, this other arm can go higher. Why is that? I don't know. But this arm is doing this weird bendy thing to get that high. Huh. I don't know why that is. It looks like they should both do the same thing. Oh, I guess it's this bit of sculpting right here changes it. But that's okay. I mean, you don't necessarily need to go up that high. Every figure has its limits on posing. Yeah, this is, you can get the legs to go more together or more apart, but you're going to need to get a wider stance to get her to balance so she can stand. As far as bending the leg, it's just not going to look natural. That human beings' legs do not bend like that. You can bend them, but that's just like, not unless you want to give yourself nightmares. Same thing with the arm does bend a little bit, but boy, doesn't it look funny. Like, hey Gumby. Hey Gumby, it's Red Sonja. Let's see, so her head, I'm turning it, but it's like immediately going back. So no, it'd be kind of cool if we had some kind of waist or neck articulation, but not really the way a bendable figure works. So it's very limited articulation, but I think you probably could figure that out since it is a bendable figure. So even though she does have limited articulation, you can still get some really cool poses with the different weapons. And I wish there was something I could do with the weapons when she's not holding them, but it's a bendable figure, and asking for sheaths and harnesses and stuff to hold the shield and the sword and all that would probably be a little much. I think it's very good what you're getting. So just comparing her to some other bendable figures that are out there, these are bendable figures from the Tarzan the Epic Adventures line from the 90s. And she's a bit taller than they are, so she's not really on the same scale. But I will say she looks great with the snake that comes with Tarzan. If you ever need a good snake that works on a 5 to 6 inch scale, the bendable snake that comes with Tarzan is awesome. So she's 5 1/4 inches tall, so that makes her roughly around the size of a old Masters of the Universe or old Tarzan the Epic Adventures figure. So she is a little short to be posed with my one Conan figure that I got with the Devourer of Souls 2-pack. But that's to be expected. Hopefully someday we'll get a Red Sonja figure that is in the same line as Conan. But until then, I think she looks pretty good with him. So overall, I really like this figure. I wish she had more posability, but that's to be expected from a bendable figure. Hopefully at some point we will get an articulated figure of Red Sonja that's affordable. But until then, I think this is a great rendition of her and a worthy figure to add to your shelf. And if you're a fan of this character, let me know your reading recommendations on good Red Sonja comics. I have, some appearances of her in Conan, but I really have never picked up a really good Red Sonja series or mini-series, so I'm really open to reading recommendations with this character. So just let me know in the comments below if you got any stories you'd like to recommend. All right, like and subscribe for more videos, and until next time, see ya.